Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards taking big steps to reunite with sister Kathy Hilton. Kyle Richards is taking big steps to reunite with her oldest sister, Kathy Hilton. This comes after a tumultuous season 12 of RHOBH, where Hilton was accused of going off of the rails. She ended up going head-to-head with Lisa Rinna, and it became aggressive and volatile. So what is Kyle trying to do to mend fences? Read on for more details. When Kyle Richards' husband, Mauricio Umansky, left Kathy Hilton's husband, Rick's real estate agency, that was apparently when things went south. Mauricio branched out on his own and became highly successful. The sisters missed years together, family events, and monumental occasions. To add to that, Kyle created a show loosely based on her mother and her upbringing called American Woman. Both Kathy and their sister, Kim Richards, felt betrayed by the show, which was eventually canceled after one season. Once Kyle Richards and Kathy Hilton reconciled, the latter joined the RHOBH for season 11 and was an immediate hit. She was quirky and far more down-to-earth than people expected. As for Kim, she had been an OG cast member who left after season 5 but was recurring in seasons after. She and Kyle had their own issues as portrayed in the series, but Kyle and Kathy were so happy to be back together. They felt that they had missed so much. Then the cast went to Aspen, and one night changed it all. Kathy apparently went off of the rails, and Lisa Rinna was there to witness it. This would change Kyle and Kathy's relationship, with Lisa quitting the show after the reunion. According to Radar, Kyle is working really hard to make amends with Kathy. A source shared that they did see each other at one of their niece's bridal showers. Apparently, Kyle is now ready to actually sit and chat with Kathy to work through all that they have been through. Even though the siblings have been seen smiling for cameras, a source shared this. Nothing has really changed since the reunion. They're still not speaking. Nobody has made an effort to sit down and patch things up. Kyle Richards and Kathy Hilton's sister, Kim Richards, was back for season 13 of RHOBH. So this could be why Kyle wants to make it right so the whole family can partake in events happily together. It seems that Kathy was not a part of filming this season, and their feud could be why. Hopefully, they can put all of the drama behind them and come back to center. Kyle Richards is at a pivotal point in her journey with her sister Kathy Hilton. Family fractures have been a long-standing theme in their relationship, making any steps toward reconciliation complex and deeply meaningful. Now, Kyle is ready to tackle those hurdles head-on with a renewed determination to bring her family back together. In the world of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the tension between Kyle and Kathy has played out like a soap opera. Although it provides viewers with riveting drama, for Kyle and Kathy, it's a real-life struggle with roots that dig deep into family history, rivalries, and old wounds. For years, unresolved tensions have grown into larger conflicts, often leaving them estranged or at odds, even at family gatherings. But as Kyle moves forward in her life, she feels the pull to set things right, knowing that healing the rift with Kathy could bring her family a sense of peace they've lacked for too long. Recently, Kyle has taken the first big step toward reconnecting. She reached out to Kathy privately, expressing her sincere desire to work through their differences. "It was the hardest text I ever sent," Kyle reportedly said to a friend. Her fingers had hovered over her phone, rephrasing, deleting, and second-guessing each word. This wasn't just a casual text. It was a bridge she was trying to rebuild, one fragile brick at a time. After sending it, she waited anxiously for Kathy's response, knowing that her sister could easily dismiss it or, worse, ignore it entirely. To Kyle's relief, Kathy replied, and although her message was brief, it was positive. Kathy acknowledged that their relationship needed work, and though wary, was open to talking. For Kyle, this was a huge step forward. Kathy's response was like a door cracking open, inviting her to take a cautious step toward reconciliation. To prepare, Kyle began working on herself, focusing on past mistakes and how her own actions may have contributed to the divide. She reached out to a therapist specializing in family conflicts, dedicating her time to understanding the complex emotions surrounding her relationship with Kathy. It's not about proving who's right or wrong anymore, Kyle shared with close friends. It's about finding common ground and reconnecting as sisters. With encouragement from her therapist, Kyle decided to arrange a neutral private meeting, away from cameras, family members, and other distractions. She picked a small, cozy restaurant that held special meaning for both of them. It was a place they had visited with their mother as young girls, filled with memories of shared laughter and sisterly mischief. Kyle hoped that the nostalgic setting might rekindle some of those early, innocent memories. As the day of their meeting approached, Kyle felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She replayed potential conversations in her mind, anticipating questions and imagining ways to approach sensitive topics without triggering old resentments. When Kathy walked into the restaurant, Kyle's heart skipped a beat. Her sister looked poised yet guarded, her expression betraying a hint of the vulnerability they both felt. They exchanged a tentative smile, and Kyle felt a glimmer of hope. Perhaps this meeting would indeed mark a fresh start. The conversation started slowly, both of them sticking to neutral topics like their children and recent travels. But soon enough, they found themselves tiptoeing into the more challenging subjects. Kyle decided to open up first. "I've missed you," she admitted softly, looking into Kathy's eyes. "I miss the way we used to be before everything got so complicated." Kathy listened quietly, her expression a blend of nostalgia and caution. "I miss that too, Kyle," she replied, a softness in her voice that Kyle hadn't heard in years. They both knew the road to reconciliation wouldn't be smooth or easy. But in that moment, they were two sisters, each holding out an olive branch, hoping the other would reach back. Over the next few weeks, Kyle made a conscious effort to nurture this fragile reconnection. She invited Kathy to small family gatherings and found little ways to reach out, like sending her sister a thoughtful text or a photo of their kids playing together. Gradually, their interactions felt less forced, and they were able to share small, meaningful moments without tension. Yet even as they progressed, shadows of past conflicts would sometimes resurface. During a particularly difficult conversation about a family property dispute, old tensions bubbled up, threatening to pull them back into their familiar pattern of blame and resentment. But Kyle surprised herself. Instead of reacting defensively, she took a deep breath, remembered the progress they'd made, and chose to respond calmly. "Let's not go back to that place," she said gently. "We're trying to move forward, remember." Kathy paused, visibly surprised by Kyle's restraint. She seemed to understand the effort Kyle was making, and she nodded, letting the topic go. It was a small but pivotal moment, a sign that both sisters were genuinely committed to their journey of healing. As part of her efforts, Kyle also began including Kathy in more family traditions, wanting her sister to feel truly welcome in her life again. She invited Kathy to a family dinner with her children and grandkids, and though Kathy was initially hesitant, she eventually agreed. That evening was a testament to the progress they had made. There were no arguments, no passive-aggressive comments, just laughter, stories, and the warmth of a family reconnecting. The dinner left both sisters with a renewed sense of hope. While their relationship is far from fully healed, Kyle is optimistic. She started viewing their bond as a work in progress, knowing that it will take time, patience, and understanding to truly restore it. "I don't expect us to suddenly be best friends again," Kyle told a confidant. "But if we can be there for each other, support each other, and just be in each other's lives in a meaningful way, that's a win." Kyle's journey with Kathy is a reminder that family conflicts, no matter how intense, can often be overcome with compassion, vulnerability, and a willingness to change. Although they both have strong personalities and differing perspectives, they share an unbreakable bond that has endured years of misunderstandings, arguments, and estrangement. Now, with her big steps forward, Kyle is hopeful that the love they have for each other will guide them through the challenges that still lie ahead. In the coming months, Kyle plans to continue nurturing their bond, making space for shared experiences that celebrate their sisterhood rather than test it. And while she knows there will be bumps along the way, she feels prepared to navigate them with the patience and understanding she's worked so hard to develop. The journey isn't over, but Kyle and Kathy are no longer on opposing sides. They're two sisters rediscovering the joy and strength of family, one courageous step at a time. And for Kyle, each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating.